Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. Oh, gosh, we have some wonderful stuff to cover and some obvious crap stuff coming out that we're going to cover as well. Let's just jump in with both feet and get there, shall we? Let's go. To start off with, we know it was Father's Day, and William and Catherine put out a fabulous new photo, and of course all the newspapers picked it up. Now everybody's talking about the fact that they didn't go with trooping the color. Listen, that's their decision. What they did not go with was Harry and Meghan's pap walk. But anyway, it was a fabulous photo. There were several different versions of it released. Now, one of the big stories of this is the fact that Prince William is talking about ending homelessness and building housing on the private estate at Cornwall. And this ties in with the kids because he said that his children are absolutely going to be exposed to homelessness just like he was when he was growing up. And his mother used to take him and Harry to the homeless shelters and, introduce them to some of the homeless people. We know that homelessness is a big thing for William. He's never, he's not one of these people that was at it for 5 minutes and walked away. He's in there. He said that he asks his children when they're going through town, how do you think these people are sleeping rough? What do you think about that? Anyway, the picture, Emma pointed out that she thought it was taken on a bench that was given to the Queen to mark her 90th birthday. And I do believe that that is correct, that that's where it came from. This Twitter account actually found where the pictures were taken on Frogmore, apparently. I just think it's a lovely area. And I thought the pictures themselves were well done. I love the blue color theme. Now, somebody else noticed, it wasn't me. This person on Twitter noticed that the photos that were released were the same photos that were taken at the same time in the same clothing with Louis and for Charlotte's birthday. They were all taken at the same time and then released, as the year goes on, for Father's Day, for Charlotte's birthday, for Louis's birthday. But we also know, we've seen their previous photos. They always release such beautiful, down-to-earth photos of the family. Love it. Lovely family, seriously. Now, of course, Charles put up posts for Father's Day. I hate it when it says they've offered him an olive branch. He's sick of his son. He doesn't like what his son did, but he still loves his son. So I'm glad he chose the picture that he did. But I find it interesting that Harry didn't put up any post for his father. Meghan didn't put up a post for her father. But yet if Charles didn't put up a post with both kids, people would be all over him. The hypocrisy. Harry and Meghan, even though they didn't wish anybody a happy Father's Day, apparently spent the day trying to sell their books. And as you can see from just a smidge of the comments, nobody was really buying that. Those books are dead in the water. I'm still waiting on final numbers for Harry. Next, we're moving on to Zara and Mike Tyndall. They went to a festival on the Isle of Wight instead of going to Trooping the Color, and they were caught kissing a lot. And at one point, I'm not sure why, but Mike took a cup of water and poured it over Zara's head. She didn't seem to mind, though. She was seen laughing throughout the whole thing. Hey, good for them, Good for them. Moving on. Next up, the Ascot Race Course put this picture up. It is the card for the races for the opening day of Royal Ascot 2023. And it's the first time having the joint royal cipher from King Charles and Queen Camilla. Very nice. All right, next up, people noticed that Louis, when he was on the balcony, looks just like his dad. Behaves like his dad. So here's a photo taken 40 years ago, and there's William with the puffed out cheeks. And here it is 40 years later, and there's Louis on the balcony with the puffed up cheeks. I'm telling you, Yeah, definitely that's his dad. All right. Next up, also, people noticed that Prince Louis was wearing the same outfit. Well, not the same outfit. You guys know what I mean. You see the red shorts with the jacket? Yeah, Harry wore that once. Okay. Oh. All right. Moving on. Lady Louise and James. Everybody noticed that they were missing from Trooping the Color, but you have to remember that she is now in school. She has prior commitments, but you have not seen the last of them on the balcony, okay? You have not seen the last of them. You will see them again. All right, moving on. Moving on, I told you guys previously that Netflix bought Suits so you could watch it. Did you guys notice that Meghan is not in the picture? She was on there since season 1. Did they remove her? Oh, weird. All right, moving on. Here we go, guys. They're saying that Netflix is not likely to renew Harry and Meghan's contract because, quote, the lemon has been fully squeezed. Now, they're saying that the 6-part series that they put out was the most watched show of 2022, but I think it wasn't for the right reasons. People basically went through it, picking out more lies, and the fact that the pictures of the paparazzi came from like a Harry Potter opening, like the fact that they tried to say they were being chased by somebody on a motorcycle. People literally were laughing is what I'm trying to say. People weren't watching it going, oh, the poor Sussexes, oh my God. Yeah, it didn't come out that way. So do I think their contract is going to be renewed? No, I don't. And now it's coming out that their relationship is not good. Really? Is anybody else shocked by that? I mean, apparently Meghan is very difficult to work with. We know this. Okay, we've seen it. We've seen the staff turnover before she left the UK. We've seen the staff turnover since they've been at Archewell. But they want you to believe that every one of these people leaving is for a different reason. I mean, come on, guys. I'm sure Netflix is getting ready to axe it. And now the articles are coming out that Harry has ruined any career chance outside of the royal family by turning himself into a miserable victim. Yeah, we've all seen it. I mean, come on. We've seen what happened with Spotify. We know what's about to happen. And now the Invictus game thing is not looking so good for them either, especially after they spent all that money on Meghan's outfits. It's essentially he told the Invictus people to grow up and get a life. Ay. I completely agree with this article. Look what's going on. Meghan Markle is, getting dressed, getting a new agent, hustling to get a new job. And all Harry does when he's with her is act like a servant. He opens her door. He's, rushing around, making sure she's okay. She never, ever supports him when he's out. Now, this article points out that Meghan wanted to be Angelina Jolie, we already knew that, mixed with Amal Clooney, squared with Princess Diana. That's what it says. And the realizing that they blew it is creating a lot of their anger. They've trashed their family, and now Meghan is searching for a brand. They've made absolutely every mistake you can make as they exited the royal family. There's no resemblance of Princess Diana, although Harry wants you to believe that there is, but there just isn't. The article said, and I completely agree that they've thrown so many bombs, it's going to be years before anybody believes them again. I mean, they've been caught lying. Now, it's pretty obvious at this point that Meghan is distancing herself. She didn't show up for the coronation. She didn't go to London when Harry went to court. Every time, when Harry was promoting his book, she was nowhere to be found. And she's claiming that he is the toxic person, basically, that she's got nothing to do with it. And she's claiming that there'll be big deals announced soon and she can't have his negativity. Lots of offers, you say? Well, WME, her group, is now saying it might be a shock to everyone else, but we've been working on the rebranding of Meghan Markle for weeks. And they're claiming that the offers have been pouring in, including from other podcast platforms. Yeah, no. So, yes, they're rebranding her. And according to them, the WME, the rumors are swirling that she's about to be signed by Dior. I don't think so. That's just me. Okay. She wore Dior in the past. It doesn't look good on her. She's 5'4". You know what I'm saying? She just doesn't look good. So she carried a Dior bag there. Here she wore a Dior jacket. The buttons look like they're falling off. In this picture, I think it was the shoes she was wearing. I mean, I don't know what to say. In this picture, she's simply wearing a Dior hat, the same Dior hat that was in white for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. So even though she might like Dior and want Dior, doesn't mean that Dior is going to take her, especially when they've seen that every time they sign with somebody, the company doesn't do well. Have you guys heard anything else about P&G since they signed? Nothing. Because people started not using PG&E products or whatever they are. I don't. I mean, these stories, I think they drop these stories and then they look at Dior and say, look how much advertisement we can get you if you use us. You go ahead, sign us. No, in the meantime, the stories are coming out. They could be an influencer, like Kim Kardashian, like all these other people. Now, we do know that she went to the mansion of that Gunthy Ranker person who's like a billionaire and had a meeting with them like 2 years ago. I did a video on it, but nothing came of that. You never heard another word about it. I mean, no. Now, we've all seen the Dior ads with these fabulous faces of these fabulous women, very, very well-known actresses that have won Academy Awards, Oscar Awards, Emmy Awards. These women are the creme de la creme of Hollywood. These are the people that get, the face of Dior. Not Meghan Markle, simply because she has the name Duchess attached to her. I mean, that's what she wants. I don't think that's what she's going to get. Even in the past, the women of Dior have been the epitome of style, class, and Hollywood glamour. That's not Meghan Markle. I have to agree with this Twitter user. I think Dior was using them for publicity for a while. Because remember, when Harry went to the coronation, they put up this post on Twitter that Dior was behind the suit, tailoring fit for royalty. The question is, are they willing to go the next step, knowing what's happened to everybody who has? I mean, it was reported in April that Harry was going to be signing with Dior. It never happened. He's more than happy to merch their products, but they didn't sign him. You have to wonder, though, if Meghan, who always wore Dior because it's expensive, it's French, and she loves it. Here's the dress from the christening. That was Dior. Here's this dress from that failed thing with Harry. That's Dior. Here's the shorts where she went out with Gloria Steinem. That's Dior. But guess what? Robert Pattinson is the face of Dior Men for spring for 2023. That is the face of Dior. And Jenny Ortega is now the face of Dior for part of their perfume. And then it came out that the new jeans girl is now the Dior global ambassador. These are the people that Dior is hiring, not Meghan Markle. So while she's pushing it, I've told you before that they balloon these stories to see how they'll float and what will happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Now, this has started coming out. It's kind of like a blind item, but according to this, Cartier got an email from Prince Harry begging them to let his wife be the face of their signature fragrance. And he says, she does photo shoots, she's interested. And he added that she's wearing Diana's Cartier watch. And Cartier said, nope. I agree with Meghan McCain. This is a watershed moment because those words from the executive at Spotify totally brought the land of make-believe crashing down because there's only one way this can go now. And it's not going towards global domination. I completely agree. when people that you worked for have been openly critical of you like that, we were waiting for other executives to come out and say something, nothing. They said nothing. It was like crickets, nothing. I have absolutely no doubt that there's going to be another Spotify episode. It's going to be bad. I can totally see this comment. Totally. All right. This is just going to be the last thing we're sliding into. This Twitter user pointed out, remember the whole Oprah? She went to visit them when they were living in that cottage on the grounds, and she was like, nobody would believe it. Well, here is the layout of that cottage. It was a 2-bedroom layout with almost 1,400 square feet. Let's not forget that William and Catherine lived there after George was born, before they moved out. There were 3 of them there. So here's the kitchen. Notice the metal dog bowls, because this was, by the way, these pictures were taken before the fight with William. Remember where William grabbed him and pushed him down in the kitchen, and he scratched his back and he broke the ceramic bowl? Remember that one? Well, there you go. The bowls are metal. So right off the bat. Anyway, remember, Harry, they had to buy a sofa with Meghan's credit card because they were so poor. Do you see this picture? This is how it looked when Catherine and William lived there. So they want you to believe that it was squalor and they were so put upon. Yeah. Do you know what a house that size in London would go for? I'm like, come on, give me a break. Anyway, they stayed for 4 days in a $10,000 a night room while Frogmore was being renovated right before they moved into Frogmore. Who do you think paid for that? All right, moving on to Finn. For those of you who have seen his previous video, you know that he loves to get this done to him. When he was a little puppy, we did it. And now here he is, all grown up, still doing it. And it's so crazy because he has the exact same face. Hasn't changed at all. So tell me, you guys, you know what I want to hear. What's happening? What do you think about all of this? And what do you think will happen to Dior if they actually sign them? Because so far, everything else that they've ever touched has just gone kaput. Oh my goodness. Okay, so don't forget to leave those messages below. Don't forget to go into the description box and get the link to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email, and there's a physical address there as well in case there's something that you want to send. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund or through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.